M89, and I'm back with another thrifting video. And I think this one is going to be a little bit different than the ones that I normally do because it is gaming related in one sense. However, it itself is not a game, but very important for my gaming collection because it is the main device that I use to play most of my retro consoles or older systems. In my opinion, this so far has been the best pickup that I have gotten. And we still have a lot of the year left, but I think it's going to be hard pressed to beat this particular find that I got. Now, the item in question is a Sony 32-inch XBR9. It is a television that I was able to find at my local Savers. This is the one that I typically go to. And I almost passed up on this thing. Wasn't really looking for a TV. Well, I'll backtrack a little bit on that. There's been a lot of YouTube videos on, people buying CRTs. They're starting to become a lot more popular nowadays where, because they are better for your retro game systems, whereas opposed to these modern day televisions, a lot of them have a hard time, or a lot of these older systems just don't look very good on them. And even with some upscalers, sometimes they still don't look that great. And you have to end up spending a couple $100s in order to get an upscaler that makes them look decent or very good on your television. And then sometimes you run into issues where there's input lag or out of sync issues, and there's all sorts of things that can happen depending on your type of television and the settings that you use and things like that. But this isn't that type of video. For those that are looking for a CRT, I definitely don't want to discourage anybody. I was looking for one for a while, and then I just kind of realized that for the limited amount of space that I have in my game room, it just wasn't feasible for me. They're bulky, they're heavy. The size that I could get, the screen size wouldn't be anywhere near a 32-inch. You're probably looking at maybe a 13-inch. And, if I was to get a 32-inch equivalent CRT, you're looking at at least 100, 150 pounds. Try to haul that up 3 flights of stairs, and it just didn't work out for me. And, I actually had a TV that I was going to buy, but the seller ended up ghosting me, which is fine because it ended up working out. It was like a week or two later, I was going to my local thrift shop, went in the back corner to check out the electronics section, and there it was. It was a Sony XBR 32-inch 9, XBR 9, and I almost passed up on it. I plugged it in. They have a little section where you can test out the TV. I wanted to just make sure at least the screen worked. Cosmetically, it's not perfect, and I'll show that in this video as well, the actual TV itself. But man, am I glad that I ended up picking this thing up, because this tiny television is a workhorse. It looks fantastic. It's got great settings and features, and I'll tell you at the end of this video what I paid for it, and I just think it's an absolute steal, especially after you watch some of the footage of what this TV is capable. And like I said, I use it for all of my older and some of my newer systems as well. So when I'm playing Call of Duty with the wife, she actually uses this television. We have an Xbox Series S plugged into this one, and it looks fantastic. This is a 1080p television, but it's also got a lot of legacy ports. So you're looking at 4 HDMI ports, 2 component, 1 composite, and S video, which looks good, especially if you're running like an N64 and things like that. You can plug in to get that little bit better or clearer clarity out of something like an N64. And the TV itself does a great job. So for those that can't necessarily get a CRT, or it's not feasible, I'd encourage you to go look for some of these older LCDs that are, have a lot of these legacy, ports, especially if you can find something like an XBR, which is going to have better upscaling than a lot of the cheaper TVs. And you can get these TVs fairly cheap. I also have everything else hooked up to it. So my PlayStation 3, this television is fantastic for that era. Xbox 360, I have hooked up to it. I have my PlayStation 2, my PS1 hooked up to it. I have my N64 hooked up to it. My Sega Saturn can, hook up to this thing. Trying to think off the top of my Nintendo Wii is hooked up onto it. You'll actually see the sensor bar in the video that I'll have of the television itself. But overall, it's a good workhorse. Trying to think if there's anything else. I have my original Xbox also plugged into this thing. So there's a lot of consoles running into this TV, and these games are looking fantastic. Now I didn't get footage of every single type of system, but I got a couple just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. But yeah, I just wanted to show this was a television that I had bought thrifting, and I got this television for $15.50 from my local savers, and man, was it a steal. And I'm so glad I didn't pass up on this television, because it's definitely something that I would have ended up regretting had I not picked it up, because you don't see too many Sony XPRs. You see a lot of like Insignia, Sanyo. Once in a while you get a Toshiba, things like that. But it's very rare that you find a decent condition, especially a Sony XPR, which is going to have really, really good picture quality. And I threw a one of those Chromecasts on it too, so you can watch YouTube, and it has a new Google platform on it. So yeah, so just wanted to show you that there's some great options out there if you can't do a CRT. The other thing that maybe I'll do another video on is I also found a projector. So those are also great options too. If you're looking for something for your older consoles, you can easily find, even on eBay, rather cheaply, these old school projectors that'll have the either component or composite inputs, and they also look really good and play very well with your older consoles. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video. I did not find this TV recently. I actually found this earlier in the year, before I even started this channel. But I think the way that this year has been going, other than my Xbox haul that I got a few videos back, this is probably going to be my best find for 2023. And you never know. You never know what you're going to find in these thrifting adventures. That's what makes it so exciting. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Thank you for the likes, comments, subscribers. Thank you very much. And as always, God bless.